Archangel Michael says, the person who left you is realizing their biggest mistake. A powerful shift is happening in your life. You may not see it yet, but the person who once walked away from you, the one who thought they could move forward without looking back, is beginning to feel the weight of their decision. At the time, they may have convinced themselves that leaving was the right thing to do. Maybe they thought you would always be there, waiting, unchanged. But life has a way of revealing the truth, and now, that truth is unfolding in their heart in ways they never expected. Archangel Michael has a divine message for you today, and it's one of clarity, power, and reassurance. The universe is bringing forth a realization so profound that the person who left you can no longer deny it. They are beginning to understand the depth of their mistake. The same door they once walked out of now feels like an unbreakable wall standing between them and something they never truly appreciated. You. At first, they may have felt relief, a false sense of freedom. Perhaps they believed that leaving you behind meant stepping into something better, something easier. But life has a way of teaching lessons in the most unexpected ways. And now, the reality of their decision is hitting them hard. They find themselves lost in thoughts of you, wondering if they truly made the right choice. They replay moments in their mind. The way you cared, the way you listened, the way your presence brought a sense of peace they never realized was so rare. They may have walked away thinking they would be fine, but deep inside, an emptiness has begun to grow. An emptiness that nothing and no one else can fill. And the signs? They are everywhere. They wake up thinking about you. They hear your name in random conversations. They find themselves drawn to places where the two of you once shared memories. They even dream of you, vivid, unshakable dreams that leave them waking up with an ache in their heart. This is not coincidence. This is not just nostalgia. This is the universe revealing the truth. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this realization was always meant to happen. Some people only recognize the true value of something after it's gone. And for this person, the realization is coming too late. They thought they could replace you. They thought they could move on without a second thought. But what they are experiencing now is something they never expected: regret. The kind of regret that lingers deep in the soul. The kind of regret that whispers late at night, keeping them awake with thoughts of what could have been. But here's what's even more important. This moment isn't just about them. It's about you. Because while they were out there realizing their mistake, you were growing. While they were lost in regret, you were healing. While they were searching for something they could never truly replace, you were stepping into your true power. Archangel Michael is reminding you that this is not a moment for you to lower yourself. This is not a moment for you to question your worth. This is a moment for you to recognize how far you've come. They are seeing you in a new light now, not because you changed for them, but because you have stepped into the person you were always meant to be. And that is why their regret is so overwhelming. It's not just that they miss you. It's not just that they feel bad for what they did. They now understand that losing you was the worst mistake they ever made. And here's the most painful part for them. They might never get another chance. Because the truth is, you are no longer the same person they left behind. You are wiser. You are stronger. You are stepping into the highest version of yourself. And they know it. They can feel the shift in your energy, the power in your presence. And now, they feel powerless. So what comes next? This person may try to reach out. They may try to fix what was broken. But before you even consider letting them back in, you must ask yourself an important question. Do they truly deserve the version of you that exists today? Because the person you were before might have been willing to accept them back. The person you were before might have overlooked the hurt they caused. The person you were before might have believed in second chances, no matter what. But the person you are now? The person you are now understands that not everyone deserves access to your energy. The person you are now knows that love should never come at the cost of your peace. The person you are now refuses to settle for anything less than what they truly deserve. And that is why this moment is more powerful than you realize. Because while they were realizing their mistake, you were realizing your worth. Archangel Michael is guiding you toward a powerful decision. The universe is aligning events in your favor, but it is up to you to decide what happens next. This person may reach out. They may try to reconnect. They may say all the right words. But before you even think about opening that door again, you must remember who you are now. Because this isn't just about them. It's about you. The realization has begun. The person who left you, the one who thought they could move on without a second thought, is now experiencing a deep and undeniable truth. They made a mistake. But what happens next? The emotions they are feeling are only growing stronger. At first, they may have dismissed their regret as a passing thought, a moment of weakness. But now, it is all-consuming. It lingers in their mind during the day, haunting them at night. They can't shake it off. They see reminders of you everywhere. A familiar song plays, and suddenly, they're flooded with memories. They pass by a place you used to go together, and a wave of nostalgia hits them so hard they have to pause and take a deep breath. They find themselves unconsciously scrolling through old messages, rereading conversations they once took for granted. And the dreams? They won't stop. Each night, their subconscious pulls them back to you. They see you in their dreams, smiling, talking, maybe even walking away. And when they wake up, they feel the ache in their heart. This isn't just regret. This is karmic realization. The universe is making them face the consequences of their actions. But here's something even more powerful. You are not the same person they left behind. While they are lost in regret, you have been rising. While they are stuck in the past, you have been evolving. And this shift in your energy is making them feel even more desperate. Because here's the truth. They thought you would always be there. They assumed that no matter what, you would still be waiting. They believed that their absence would affect you more than it affected them. But now, they are seeing something different. You are moving forward. You are glowing in a way they never expected. Your energy has changed. You no longer carry the sadness they thought you would hold on to. Instead, there is a lightness in you, a strength that radiates from within. And that scares them, because it means they may have lost you forever. They are trying to find a way back in. Right now, they are contemplating their next move. The regret has settled in, and now, their mind is racing with one question. Can I fix this? They want to reach out. They want to say something, anything, to undo the damage they caused. But they don't know how. So what do? They hesitate. They type messages, but don't send them. They stalk your social media, but don't interact. They talk about you to mutual friends, hoping to hear something, anything, that will give them an excuse to come back into your life. But deep down, they are afraid. Afraid that you don't need them anymore. Afraid that they are too late. Afraid that they are no longer part of your future. You hold the power now. And here's the most important thing Archangel Michael wants you to understand. You are in control. Not them. Not their regret. Not their desire to come back. You. Because the truth is, you do not need to accept them back just because they realize their mistake. You do not need to lower yourself to make them feel better. You do not need to give them another chance just because they suddenly appreciate what they lost. You deserve more than that. Right now, you are standing at a crossroads. You have the power to decide what happens next. But before you make any decision, ask yourself, have they truly changed? Or are they just afraid of losing me for good? Do they deserve the person I have become? Are they reaching out because they value me? Or just because they miss me? Because missing you is not enough. They must be willing to grow, to heal, to become a better version of themselves. Otherwise, the cycle will repeat, and they will hurt you again. And you have come too far to let that happen. The universe is preparing something greater. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are not alone in this moment. The universe is aligning events in your favor. New opportunities, new connections, new doors are opening for you. And if someone from your past is trying to return, you must trust your intuition. Not all doors need to be reopened. Not all people deserve a second chance. Because sometimes, the biggest lesson is learning to let go. The moment has arrived. After weeks, maybe even months, of silence, They finally reach out. You see their name pop up on your phone. A message, a call, a comment on your post. And suddenly, time seems to pause. Because you knew this moment was coming. Deep down, you felt it. The energy was shifting, and now, the person who once walked away is trying to come back. But here's the real question. What do they want? The message they're afraid to send. They've been rehearsing this moment for days, even weeks. They type, delete, retype. Their heart races because they don't know how you will react. So, their first message is cautious. Hey, how have you been? I saw something that reminded me of you today. I hope you're doing well. It may seem casual, but do not be fooled. This is their way of testing the waters, of seeing if you still have a place for them in your life. If you respond with warmth, they will take it as a green light. If you respond with distance, they will panic. Because the truth is, they miss you more than they are willing to admit. But what comes next is even more important. The confession. After small talk, they finally break down. They can't hold it in any longer. I've been thinking about you a lot. I regret everything. I never should have left. Their words carry weight, filled with emotions they once ignored. And suddenly, the power dynamic has shifted. Before, they were the one who walked away. Now, they are the one who is desperate to be let back in. And you? You have a choice to make. Because while their words may seem sincere, you must look deeper. Are they coming back because they have truly changed? Or are they coming back because they are afraid of losing you forever? This is where Archangel Michael wants you to trust your intuition. Because not everyone who regrets losing you deserves a second chance. How do you respond? Before you say anything, take a moment to breathe. Do not react out of nostalgia. Do not let your emotions cloud your judgment. Instead, ask yourself these questions. What do I truly want? Have they proven they have changed, or are they just saying what I want to hear? Do I feel peace or hesitation when I think about letting them back in? Because here's the truth. Your peace is more important than their regret. If their presence brings you stress, confusion, or doubt, then they do not deserve a place in your future. But if their energy feels different, if they have taken real steps to grow, to heal, to become a better person, then, and only then, should you consider what comes next. But remember this. They must earn your trust. They must prove themselves through actions, not just words. Because missing you is not enough. Wanting you back is not enough. Only true transformation matters. The universe is testing you. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something very important. This is a test. The universe is watching how you respond to this situation. Because if you entertain the past without wisdom, you may find yourself repeating the same painful cycle. But if you stand firm in your growth, if you choose yourself first, you will unlock something greater. Because sometimes, letting go is not about anger. It's about knowing that you deserve better. And the moment you choose yourself over the past, the universe will reward you in ways you never imagined. You've felt their energy lingering in your space. You've seen the signs, the repeating numbers, the dreams, the unexpected reminders of their presence. And now, they've made their move. They've reached out. They've confessed. They've admitted what you already knew deep in your soul. They regret losing you. But here's the real question. What happens next? Because regret alone is not enough. Will they fight to prove they've changed? Or will they fall back into old patterns, expecting you to carry the weight of their mistakes? Archangel Michael is sending you a message today. Pay attention to their actions, not just their words. Because the next steps they take will reveal everything. When regret turns into obsession. At first, their regret may seem genuine. They might flood you with messages, trying to make up for lost time. They might reminisce about old memories, reminding you of the connection you once shared. They might promise you the world, swearing they'll never make the same mistake again. And while this may feel reassuring, do not get caught in their illusion. Because sometimes, regret is not about love. Sometimes, it's about ego. They regret losing their control over you. They regret realizing that you no longer need them. They regret that you are healing without them. And this is where the test begins. Because when they see that you are no longer the same person they left behind, their regret may shift into something more dangerous. Desperation, obsession. They might start love-bombing you, showering you with affection, only to create a new cycle of pain. They might try to manipulate your emotions, making you feel guilty for moving on. They might even bring up your past mistakes, as if to justify their own. And this is where your strength is needed the most. Because Archangel Michael is warning you. Do not let their regret become your burden. How to recognize true change. Not everyone who regrets losing you deserves another chance. Because true change is not about words. It's not about temporary effort. It's about transformation. So, ask yourself, are they still making excuses? If they blame circumstances, timing, or even you for what happened, they haven't truly changed. Are they respecting your boundaries? If they push you to move faster than you're comfortable with, it's a sign they care more about their needs than yours. Are they consistent in their actions? Words can be beautiful, but actions tell the truth. Do they follow through on what they say? Because someone who truly regrets losing you will not rush the process. They will respect your healing. They will prove themselves through time, effort, and self-awareness. But most importantly, they will understand that you owe them nothing. Your forgiveness, your trust, your love, these are gifts, not guarantees. And if they are only coming back because they don't like the idea of losing you, rather than because they are truly ready to do better, then they do not deserve a place in your future. The moment of decision. So now, the choice is in your hands. Do you let them back in? Or do you walk away for good? Archangel Michael wants you to know that you already have the answer. Because deep within your heart, you know the truth. When you think about this person, do you feel peace or hesitation? Do you feel excitement? Or do you feel the same old anxiety creeping in? Because your body, your spirit, your energy, they do not lie. And if something feels off, if something feels forced, if something feels like it's repeating a cycle you worked so hard to break, then do not ignore it. Because Archangel Michael is reminding you, you have grown beyond your past. You have evolved beyond who you used to be. You do not need to go back to what broke you just because it's familiar. The right people will never make you question your worth. And if this person truly belongs in your life, they will prove it through patience, respect, and change, not just regret. The moment of truth has arrived. You've seen the signs. You felt their energy. You know their regret is real. But the question remains, what will you do with it? Because now, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads back to them. Back to the familiar. Back to what once was. The other? It leads forward. Into the unknown. Into the life you were meant to have. And here's what Archangel Michael needs you to understand today. The past will try to pull you back, but your soul is calling you forward. Because what's happening right now is bigger than just this person. This is about you, your growth, your healing, your destiny, and whether or not they realize their mistake, whether or not they finally see your worth, whether or not they are willing to change. That is no longer your burden to carry. Because now, it's time for you to choose your own happiness. When they refuse to accept your decision, let's talk about what happens when you choose yourself. Because not everyone will be happy with your choice. This person, who once took you for granted, may not accept your decision so easily. They may try to convince you that you're making a mistake. They may tell you that you're being too harsh, too unforgiving. They may remind you of all the good times, hoping nostalgia will weaken your resolve. And if that doesn't work, they may shift from remorse to manipulation. You're the only person who ever truly understood me. I've changed, I swear. Just give me one more chance. If you walk away now, I don't know what I'll do. But here's what Archangel Michael wants you to know. A person who truly loves you will respect your decision, even if it's not the one they want. And if they try to guilt trip you, if they try to make you feel responsible for their pain, if they try to hold on to you, even when you've made it clear you want to let go, that is not love. That is control. Because love is freedom. Love is respect. Love does not demand that you shrink yourself just to keep someone else comfortable. So, If this person refuses to let go, if they refuse to respect your boundaries, then it is not your job to fix them. It is your job to protect yourself. How to protect your energy from their influence. When you decide to move forward, you may feel an invisible pull trying to drag you back. This is not just their energy. This is the energy of the past itself. Because every time we try to level up, every time we break free from an old cycle, the past will test us. It will try to make us second-guess ourselves. It will try to convince us that we're making the wrong choice. It will try to lure us back into what's familiar, because familiarity feels safe. But Archangel Michael is here to remind you, you did not come this far just to go back. So here's what you must do. Cut energetic ties. If this person is still on your mind constantly, do an energetic cord-cutting ritual. Imagine their energy leaving your space and returning to them. You are free. Remove their access to you. If they are still reaching out, set clear boundaries. If necessary, block them. You owe no one unlimited access to your energy. Speak your truth with confidence. If they keep trying to come back, be firm in your decision. You do not need to explain or justify yourself. No is a complete sentence. Protect your peace. If memories of them resurface, do not dwell on the past. Bring yourself back to the present. Focus on where you're going, not where you've been. Call on Archangel Michael for strength. Whenever doubt creeps in, ask for divine protection. Archangel Michael is guiding you, shielding you, reminding you, you are making the right choice. Because here's the truth. This person's regret is their lesson to learn, not your responsibility to fix. And if they were meant to be in your life, they would have treated you right the first time. Stepping into your new beginning. The final message from Archangel Michael is this. Do not let the past steal your future. Right now, you are stepping into something greater. A version of yourself that is wiser, stronger, and more aligned than ever before. And yes, letting go can be painful. Yes, walking away from something familiar can feel terrifying. But staying stuck in a cycle that no longer serves you, that is even more painful. So today, Archangel Michael is asking you to trust. Trust that you are making the right decision. Trust that better things are coming. Trust that you are being guided toward a love that will never make you question your worth. Because the person who left you may be realizing their mistake. But that does not mean you are required to take them back. Your heart deserves peace. Your soul deserves freedom. And your future? It deserves someone who will never make the mistake of losing you in the first place. You have made your decision. You have chosen yourself. You have broken free from the cycle that kept you trapped in pain, waiting for answers, waiting for change. And now, the past is behind you. But what happens next? What does life look like after you walk away from someone who finally realizes their mistake, but only when it's too late? This is the part where you step into your new beginning. And Archangel Michael is here to guide you every step of the way. Because when you truly release the past, when you truly close the door, when you truly let go of what was never meant to be, your life transforms. What happens when you fully let go? The first thing you will notice after walking away is the space that is suddenly created in your life. At first, this space might feel uncomfortable. You were used to carrying the weight of this person's energy. You were used to overthinking their actions, wondering what they were doing, if they missed you, if they cared. You were used to feeling the constant presence of their memory, even when they were no longer physically in your life. But now, there is silence. And in that silence, something incredible happens. Your soul starts to breathe again. You begin to realize how much of your energy was tied up in this situation. How much time you spent waiting for closure, waiting for answers, waiting for them to change. How much emotional weight you were carrying, weight that was never yours to hold. And as you release all of this, something even more powerful begins to unfold. Your heart starts to heal. Because healing isn't just about time. It's about energy. And now that you are no longer investing your energy into someone who could not see your worth, that energy is returning to you. They will feel your absence like never before. And while you are stepping into your power, They will feel your absence in a way they never expected. Because before, they had access to your energy, even from a distance. They knew, on some level, that you were still thinking about them, that you still cared, that they could still reach you if they wanted to. But now, that door is closed. They can feel the shift. They can sense that you are no longer waiting for them. And that is when the weight of their mistake truly sinks in. Before, they may have convinced themselves that you would always be there, that no matter how much time passed, no matter what they did, no matter how they treated you, they could come back, and you would still be waiting. But now, for the first time, they are faced with the cold reality of their actions. They are alone with their regret, and they realize, you are gone for good. Why they took so long to see your worth. One of the hardest lessons in life is accepting that some people will only value you after you leave. Not because you weren't worthy before, not because you weren't enough, but because they were never capable of seeing your worth until they lost access to it. For some, it takes losing you to realize what they had. For some, it takes pain to wake them up to the love they took for granted. And for some, it takes silence to make them finally understand the depth of your presence in their life. But here's what you need to understand. This is their lesson, not yours. It is not your responsibility to stay in someone's life just so they can learn how to appreciate you. It is not your purpose to suffer while waiting for someone else to wake up to their own growth. Because the truth is, if they were meant for you, they would have never put themselves in a position to lose you in the first place. Your new chapter begins now. This is where everything changes. This is where you stop looking back. Because now, you are no longer the same person who waited, who begged for clarity, who hoped they would finally wake up. Now, you are walking into the life you were meant to have. A life where you are fully loved. A life where you are fully valued. A life where you never again have to question your worth. And the best part? This new life is already unfolding for you. Because every time you choose yourself, every time you release what no longer serves you, every time you say no to what is beneath you, you create space for something better. And something better is already on its way to you. Because God never removes someone from your life without preparing something greater to take their place. Your soul knows this. And that is why you feel a quiet sense of peace. A deep knowing that everything is happening exactly as it should. You don't need to chase. You don't need to force. You don't need to wonder if you made the right choice. Because Archangel Michael is already clearing the path ahead of you. The final message from Archangel Michael. This is the moment of transformation. And Archangel Michael's final message to you is clear. Do not let their regret become your burden. Their pain is theirs to carry. Their realization is theirs to process. Their mistake is theirs to learn from. Your job? To keep moving forward. Because you are stepping into something far greater than what you left behind. A love that will cherish you fully. A path that is aligned with your highest good. A life that no longer revolves around waiting for someone to wake up. Because you are already awake. And your future? It is brighter than you can even imagine.